Hello, this is Hunter, and this is day 4 of the weekly training plan. So today's ride will be a 75-kilometer ride around a place called 新玉门关. 新玉门关 is 4 places but connected together to be 75 kilometers. And 新玉门关 is in Tainan, so it's about like 45-minute drive to like the place we're gonna start, because from my house to the route is like 35 kilometers one way. So it's gonna be like a lot to ride. I'm riding from my house to there and then back. And I'm not planning to do that today. And some of the topics we're gonna cover today will be how to ride downhill, some tips and tricks to riding downhill, and some safety tips. So I'm gonna go get changed and let's go. So the ride started in a place called 龙崎文衡店, and from there it's 1 kilometer downhill. So let's talk about downhill first. Riding bike downhill has a lot of similarities compared to MotoGP, for example.
Bastianini just about holding on to second place from Miller.
Quartararo is still where he started in 5th. Tell you who didn't get a good start, Aleix Espargaro was looking at the first 7 or 8 runners and he was not among them.
Like how to use the brake and how to use your body to control the bike when going in fast speeds. This is why many motorsports professionals also ride bikes. Tip 1. If you want to go fast, you gotta go low. As you can see here, this is the lowest I can get my body into because my bike is not fitted to my size. And this picture demonstrates how aerodynamic is used in cycling. And the second tip. The second tip is to hold your bottom handlebar because it gives you more stability. And as I just said, lower the better. So getting into the lower handlebar can make you into a smaller mass. But the main reason for holding the bottom handlebar is to give you more stability than holding the upper bar. And the third tip is to have your left leg on top and right leg on the bottom if you're turning left. And your left leg on bottom and your right leg on the top if you're turning right. This gives you more stability because, for one, if you're turning left, your body will lean left. If you have your left leg on the bottom, you might risk hitting your pedal onto the floor and like scraping the floor, and that will cause a crash. And the other reason is if you are turning left and you have your right leg on the bottom, you can sort of push your right pedal downwards so that you can have more control over the bike and not overlean. Another reason to not overlean is that your center of gravity might throw you off. Most bike wheels are not made big enough for a rider to lean like MotoGP. And the speed of the bike is also not enough to lean way into the turn. So the way to safely turn is to slow down to a controllable speed. And over time, if you get used to it, then you can push your limits and increase speed. So the fourth tip is to look into the turn. This way you can sort of predict your turn and how you're gonna turn into it or how much to stop. Because if you don't look into the turn and just look onto the floor, you won't have that much time to react. If you enjoyed the video and find it helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow.